Welcome to Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you can find the tools to change the rules. Welcome back to Amazing Websites Television. This is Ernesto Verdugo and I am very excited that you're in this show because I have some really very interesting stuff to share with you today, and this show is going to be very different. Now, starting from the very beginning, possibly you saw that there was an R rating on this show. Now, why is it that I'm actually having an R rating on this show? Well, because there's going to be some mature content that I really want to expose because I think it's driving me absolutely crazy, and my BS tolerance is really getting to the very, very bottom. And also because there's going to be some obscene language. Now, not by me, but by one comedian that I really, really like. So make sure to watch this episode with a little bit of an open mind, and also pay a lot of attention because I think the information that I am providing, it's very, very valuable. So let's get started with actually a very funny discussion, which is about stupid people and also people which are full of BS. And this little segment is actually George Carlin. Unfortunately, he passed away, but I think he was a brilliant comedian. And yes, he's a little bit rough in his language. So I hope that you will excuse me for actually showing this on this show. But as I was telling you, this show is on R-rated. So let's just get started with George Carlin, and then we're going to be coming to find out why I'm actually doing this show.
Well, I know some people don't like you to talk about those things. I know that. Some people don't like you to mention certain things. Some people don't want you to say this. Some people don't want you to say that. Some people think if you mention some things, they might happen. Some people are really fucking stupid. Did you ever notice that? How many really stupid people you run into during the day? God damn, there's a lot of stupid bastards walking around. Carry a little pad and pencil with you. You wind up with 30 or 40 names by the end of the day. Look at it this way. Think of how stupid the average person is, and then realize half of them are stupider than that. And it doesn't take you very long to spot one of them, does it? Take you about 8 seconds. You'll be listening to some guy. You say, this guy is fucking stupid. Then there are some people, they're not stupid, they're full of shit. That doesn't take very long to spot either, does it? Take you about the same amount of time. You'll be listening to some guy and say, well, he's fairly intelligent. He's full of shit.
The reason why I wanted to do this show is because I'm sick and tired of all the BS that I keep on seeing around. And I would like to get started with the first, and I think it is the granddaddy of all the scams, which is the 419 scam, which is the Nigerian scam where you're supposed to give money in advance. Very recently, it was not really somebody from Nigeria or even nobody from Africa. Somebody just signed up for one of my events, and saying that she was an ambassador, and suddenly showed up into the event really looking the part. I mean, she was really looking like if she was an ambassador, and then started telling me that that she knew Hillary Clinton, and it was very funny because of course, I mean, all of the things that I was hearing, they really looked real, and because of course she really looked the part, it was very, very confusing at first. I mean, I didn't really understand what she was doing in my internet marketing training. However, it was very, very interesting to see how she was actually doing this. Now, to make a long story short, this ambassador ended up being one of these 419 scammers. I know a lot of people that unfortunately they have actually fall prey of 419 scammers. And this is the reason why I wanted to start this show with explaining about the 419 scam. There's a great film that I definitely recommend you to watch, and what we're going to watch right now is the trailer, and then after the trailer you are going to see the you're going to see exactly where you can actually see the film. So I really recommend you to watch this little clip.
Every year, more than 50,000 people from all over the world fall victim to the Nigerian scam. Usually contacted by email about a business proposal or winning a lottery, the victims sometimes lose their life savings after they are served unbelievable stories. According to some reports, the scam is the third most effective industry in Nigeria and has generated over $5 billion in the last 20 years. Although the crooks are now also active in other African countries like Sierra Leone and Ivory Coast, authorities have named the scam after the article in the Nigerian constitution that deals with the matter. It is called 419. The tragedy of Peter Hathaway, a man who lost everything after replying to one of those emails that you receive every day. How the scam works in 419, the Nigerian scam.
The next scam that I need to tell you about is something that is called identity theft. And this can happen online or also can happen offline. And I'm going to give you some great advice in how you can protect yourself if it happens either way. So first of all, let's say that you receive an email from your bank or from PayPal or from any financial institution that you're working with. And then suddenly they tell you, dear customer, suddenly something happened to our system and we lost your details. So please fill them up here again. That obviously should trigger you to think, my goodness, is this for real? And if you are not sure, please make sure to actually call your financial institution. Now, another of the things that you need to do is always make sure that at the very top of your browser, if it is something that where you're going to put your financial information, make sure that it reads HTTPS. If there is an S there, it's okay because that means that it is secure. And another very important thing is whenever you receive one of these emails, typically they will say, dear customer, this is what happened to us. Your financial institution under no circumstances is going to put dear customer. It will always be addressed to your name. So always make sure that you actually take care of this and look at this. Now, if it will happen offline like it happened to me recently, well, about a year ago, my wallet got stolen. Unfortunately, I had already all my information on a website that is called lifelock.com that I really recommend you to go and pay. It's something like about $7 a month or something like that. But you know, the peace of mind that it provides to you is just absolutely amazing. You go, input all your credit card information, and then after you put all your credit card information and you put your driving license and your social security number and all the information there, if your wallet suddenly disappears, all you need to do is you just go to this place and automatically all your credit cards will be blocked and your credit card and your social security number will be already put on hold and on advice so that nobody can actually use it. So it's very, very practical.
You work hard for your money, you're smart, and you might even think you'll retire early, but the unexpected can and often does happen. 23-year-old Sandra, a student from Chicago, Illinois, lost $12,000, her tuition for 2 years, after dating a man she met online for 6 months. 31-year-old Sebastian from Toronto, Canada, lost $15,000 in only 2 weeks after accepting a so-called job as a mystery shopper. And married for 20 years, Damien and Clara, residents of Wichita, Kansas, lost their home for good after trying to save their home from foreclosure. What did all these people have in common? For one, they thought it couldn't happen to them. The Scam Detector app for iPhone reveals in detail over 350 of the most popular scams in the world. Learn how they work and how to protect yourself. All scams in this app are grouped into 9 categories and are easy to find and navigate. With just one tap, the app will unveil hundreds of travel scams, telephone scams, auto scams, face-to-face scams, and internet scams. This last category itself contains 5 other distinct groups, according to specific industries: social networking, financials, employment, real estate, and online auctions. You can also use the search feature to look up anything that you might think is suspicious. For example, if you're going on vacation to, say, Thailand, and want to know what to expect there, just type in the name of your destination and all relevant scams will appear. The search feature is optimized to find the words within the scam descriptions. So if someone were to approach you, say, with a very tempting offer to earn big money working at home, the app will find not only the work-at-home scam, but all related scams.
Everybody thinks they're smart, but chances are, especially when it comes to fraud, somebody out there is a little bit smarter than you. So, this app is a real eye-opener.
If you find a scam you think you should really warn your friends and family about, all you have to do is share it with them. Press the button on the top right corner, and you'll have the choice to instantly share that specific scam on Facebook or with all of your followers on Twitter.
Some people are book smart, some people are street smart, and this app seems like a real street smart manual.
Get the full version of the Scam Detector app now and receive constant updates free on a regular basis.
You learn things that you probably wouldn't learn in a lifetime.
9 out of 10 women are treated differently in an auto body shop. So I guess if you're a woman, you should really get this app.
I do a lot of business and use my credit cards a lot. I'm really looking forward to seeing this app.
You don't want to spend years building your business while a scammer retires early.
Probably one of the most useful apps out there. You can't afford not to have it.
Scam Detector app for iPhone reveals the most popular scams in the world. Learn how they work, and most importantly, how to protect yourself against them.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
I tell you, this app is absolutely amazing, and of course the great thing is, of course, it's free, so I really recommend you to go and get it. So I checked it out, and one of the only scams that is not available there on that service is plagiarism, or basically copyright infringement. And it is also something that, if you are working on the internet, can very, very easily happen. Somebody can just go into your website, take your content, put it in their website, and there's very, very little that you can do unless you know actually what it is, how to actually do it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how you can get yourself protected. Very recently, 2 people that were very close working with me suddenly took my content, got that content, put it on their website, just basically changed their names and put their own things, possibly just change a few things here and there, tried to make it sound like if that product was from them, while in reality it was for me. I was very, very upset. I sent them a cease and desist letter. They didn't pay attention to me, so I said, well, what can I do? And then I started doing some research on Google, and I came across a service that is absolutely amazing. The name of this service is called Duple. And you can just see the URL just below here, and then you can go to duple.com, I think it is, and there on this service you will be able to put a DCMA request, which basically stands for the Digital Copyright Millennium Act form, that you basically officially are requesting that they take down that content. And of course, what these guys are gonna do, they're gonna contact the registrar for their domain. They're gonna contact also Google. They're gonna also contact their hosting company, and you have very high possibilities that they, if you are correct, that they will be able to take away their content and also make that content yours, because of course it does belong to you. So that's a very, very useful tool. And just the one thing that I want to show you just before we finish this show is something very, very clever. Recently, one of my family members was also cyberbullied by somebody, and of course, because I am the one that knows about the internet, suddenly they contacted me and they said, well, what can we do? I mean, somebody's actually bullying such and such person. And I said, well, I really do not know that much, so let me just do a little bit of investigation. And normally what I do is, obviously, I go and look for tutorials in YouTube. And basically what I found, it was a way on how to figure out the IP from the person that from the specific place where that person has actually sent that email. So this is very, very practical, because of course, if you actually figure out who is actually sending that email, you can go and actually file an official complaint with the police or whoever it's actually doing the cyberbullying. So I want you to watch this video so that you can actually see how this works. Mind you, on this video, the guy which is actually explaining this only talks about Gmail. However, if you want to find out the IP address on any of the other internet providers like Facebook or like Twitter or anything like that, all you need to do is go to YouTube and put reverse IP finding on Facebook, reverse IP finding on Twitter, whatever it is, and you're going to find very, very likely a tutorial explaining you how to do that. So please take a look.
Hi guys, I got a mail a couple of days ago. The offer was really juicy and it just seemed really attractive, but I was a bit suspicious on what was going on. So as the story goes, this guy offered me some cash and he says that he's actually lives in England. So I was not quite sure on where it was really, whether he was telling the truth or not. So he has a way of figuring it out if this person is really in that country or not. Okay, so step 1, you click on the drop down menu next to the reply and go to show original. As you see also, the mail I got was on Gmail, so it might differ in a different account. So what you do is you go to receive from Gmail on the original and you'll find an IP address on it. Let me highlight that for you. You take a copy of it. You can log into a common address like ipaddress.com to find this thing. Just log in and enter the IP address in this yellow box. As I was saying, he's told me that he was in London, but the guy really turned out to be in Nigeria.
So this pretty much wraps up this show for today. I hope that you have really learned a lot about these scammers and that you are not naive anymore, that you actually keep an eye on people that really want to be smarter than you and take advantage of you. I think this is very, very important because I keep on seeing people falling prey of these kind of people, and I also see these people around all the time. As I was telling you, a number of the stories that I shared with you actually did happen to me, and fortunately I knew how to deal with them, and that's why I wanted to share it with you on this show. So this is basically the end of the show. I look forward to seeing you next week. This is Ernesto Verdugo, and this is Amazing Websites Television, the show where intelligent people like you can find the tools to change the rules. Bye-bye.